Hi, it's me again, PatStonefort from the southwest of France. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll another slab, and this slab roller is just great. It saves me so much time, and rolling a slab, quite frankly, it's not the most interesting thing to do. So this was a really good investment. So I'm flattening the clay just a little bit. Okay. Nearly there. Should be, basically it should be enough. Okay. So I'm going to roll this slab for or to make another bird or fish. Haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna open this up. That's probably enough. Yeah. Shouldn't have a lot of resistance. So what you do need to do is you need to take a rib, and you always need to compress the clay. You need to really smooth it. And you need to do that on both sides. And this is to reduce the risk of cracks. So, whoa, that's a big fly there. I just scratched the clay with my nail. I don't have big nails, but I still scratched it. Okay, so I'm gonna get a plasterboard to sit this slab on. And I'm turning it around. There. And I'm going to compress the other side. Well, I used to have, and I still have, a lot of wooden planks, wear boards. But if you working with a slab, or you want to make things that are flat, it really works better to have it on a plasterboard. So, there. Okay. That's that. Now this clay has a lot of grog, which makes it stronger. And I've forgotten that I had gotten this clay with this much grog in it. But it's nice. It's nice as well. It's great for sculptures. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for a while. And in the meantime, I'm going to go outside and take care of my horses, ducks and a cat. So I'm gonna turn this video off now, and I'll get back to this later. Hi, Barkley. You're here all by yourself? Where are your girlfriends? Yeah, sweetie? So me and Barkley, we go back a long way. Huh? You came to our family when my daughter was 3 or 4 years old. And she is now 29. And we estimate that you're about 33 years old. And you're the smartest little pony. Knows how to open doors. Huh, sweetie? Yeah. You want some food? Look at that sky. Beautiful. So behind the trees over there, there's the nature reserve, the Marais d'Orx, and that's a Natura 2000 nature reserve, and that's a wonderful place to walk and to spot birds. And I go there very often. So part of that forest, small part of that forest is ours. Oh, there comes my big horse. They're all retired. They retired young, or yeah, fairly young, yeah. And we are lucky that we can keep them because we have land. And they just walk freely in and out of their stables. And we feed them extra hay, of course, and pellets, horse pellets. Yeah. Now that big field over there, that's the farmer's, and he cultivates corn. Sometimes sunflowers, but mostly corn. Look at Marit, she's rolling. She loves it. So you do decide to follow me, huh? Because you don't want to miss anything, right? Hey, Poop. Hey, little Poopy. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. Oops, you slipped. Yeah, go on then. You want me to go first? Marit, you want to go up? I'll go first then. Okay. There you go, sweetheart. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. And a cuddly one. She's such a cuddly one. Oh, what a cuddly one you are. If I step back, you're just gonna step towards me, eh? Because you're such a cuddly horse. You're such a cuddly horse. Yeah. Okay. Right behind you. This one's less cuddly, but she likes to have her ears scratched. That she really likes. That's her favorite spot. Eh? Having the ears scratched, eh? Yeah. That's your favorite spot. Those are my ceramic flowers that I showed in my last video. or I talked about in my last video. I don't think I showed them, I'm not sure really. So yeah, so these are my flower beds that are ready to go for seeding. And I'm going to put a string in between these ceramic flowers. And they're really sturdy in because the rod is quite long. It's those iron building rods to put in the concrete. And so I just cut them to 30 or 40 centimeter, depending how deep I want them to stick in the ground. So yeah, there's even a little birdie here. Yeah, little birdie. So when you've got pieces of clay left, like I do often when I'm rolling out a slab for bigger items, well, with the leftover clay, you can make these flowers, and they're super easy. Just use some cookie cutters and some slip to glue everything together. And there you go, you have it. So, really nice idea for your garden. Look at how these. So this is still, it's kale, a certain variety of kale, and it's flowering and it's just gorgeous. And I don't rip them out because as long as they flower, they attract bees and other pollinators, which is very interesting for my garden. And this is what was it, apple? This is a pear tree. The one behind that is an apple tree. So, there's Yicky and Yickety. And I'm gonna walk to the house. I've got to turn the water on. We've got a leak, so I gotta keep turning it off and on, and sometimes I forget. There's my hair on the swing that I made. I like to hang these things in my garden, or little things like this with leftover clay. And on that tree I got one too. Or I make a big ceramic flower bowl and I stick it in between that long grass. And I got another one somewhere in there. Ah, there it is. Tiny little, well, tiny, a tulip with a snail. And on my pool house I hung plenty of ceramic fish, and more will come. I'm just gonna fully cover the wall with fish. Just turned the water on and walking back to the horse stables. Oh yeah, I'll show you that other thing that I hung on the tree, because I'm walking right past it. It's quite windy. It's a beautiful day, but the wind is cold. So yeah, so this is what I meant. So I like to hang stuff outside. Now this piece was actually, or it is, cracked, but doesn't matter. I just decided to hang it anyway, because couldn't sell it either. Here's a little birdie. Hey birdie. Horses should be done eating by now. I still need to empty the wheelbarrow and water, fill the water buckets. Hey, Yickety. How are you doing, buddy? I guess you want some fresh water in that bucket, too. I'm back. Everybody ate. The horses ate. The ducks ate. The dogs ate. And the kitty ate as well. And I also ate. So, this slab is now has hardened out a little bit. So what I did was I drew a fish. Often I do that with a wet brush. And then I go and take my cutter and start cutting. So often I don't go all the way through immediately. And I start cutting. And then I come back a second time to cut all the way through. Now, if you're not comfortable with drawing a fish on your clay, you can also draw one on a piece of paper, cut it out and put it on your slab. However, if you just draw it, for example, with a wet paintbrush, you can just do the outlines and then use your needle tool if you like it, and draw the fish like that. So, and you can always erase it, like if you made like a trace, you can just erase it if you don't like it. So, up to you. So you're going to be left with quite some clay. So if you don't have an immediate use for it, I decided I'm just going to put them in a bucket. And I'll keep the bucket humid. And then I'll decide later what I'm going to do with it. And before, when I made another bird this afternoon. What I did was, with the leftover clay, I made more flowers. I can show you. Oops. So they look like that. They're very fast to make with cookie cutters. And I got a whole tray full of them. And as you could see, I used those in the garden. And who knows, maybe I might even sell some in the store. If there's a demand for that. I'll try, because I can only use so many. So I'll do that. But I think from the leftover clay from this fish, I'm gonna make like little hearts or another object, which I will glaze. And then I saw this on Jeanette Stevens' channel. She's another great English potter that I really like to watch. She seems like a lot of fun. And well, she actually has them attached around each pot of glaze, so you can really quickly see, oh yeah, that's that one. And so I think I'm going to do something similar. She uses hearts. Okay, I'm going to put these back and get back to my fish. Okay, so where were we? Now personally I don't like it when it's just such a straight edge. So I've got this really little roly thing, which I'm getting, and it's over here. So it's this little roller, and what I do there is like up, I go along the edges with it. See, and then it's not so, I think that looks nicer. I'll show you one that I did, that it wasn't a fish, but it was a bird that I did before. So, I think it lost me. I'm standing on the side because the camera lost me, the tracking. Oops, where is it? That's silly. I'm just gonna turn it off. So this is what I did earlier on. And this funny looking bird, or don't know what kind of a bird it is. Some people say, oh, it's a chicken. No, I don't think it's a chicken. Anyway, so you can apply stuff to it, like I did with the flowers. And you can cut stuff out, push lines in there. Anyway, anything's possible. Just be creative and do as you please. Do as you like. Put this back. So that's what I'm gonna do with this fish. I sat down, which is a little bit more comfortable for the rest of the work. So I'm first gonna make a mouth, and I'm going to make an eye. So this is what it finally became, the fish. And those are all the tools I used with it. And I used this silicone mold for those flowers. And I made myself a stamp using that silicone mold with clay that I fired a while back ago. And then I did the prints with this flower. And the rest I just use my imagination. I use the end of this tool to do this, these lines here. I use this tool to make the dots. I use this tool to scratch out these marks. And yeah, for these lines also I use this tool. And I have another stamp that I put away in the basket that I did this with. And then I added, with this tool, I added small holes. Especially around the eye, where the round stamp, the homemade stamp, couldn't get to. So finally I sign PatStonefort, and gonna let it dry. And in a couple of days I'll bisque fire it. And hopefully you can see the end result next week or the week after, depending on how fast I'm firing and glazing.